Arch Manning created shockwaves when he decided to stay with the Texas Longhorns after Quinn Ewers announced his return, securing his starting spot. But should Quinn Ewers still be the starting QB? Has Arch done enough to show that he should be the real starting quarterback? I'm going to break down why, in just 30 snaps, Arch has created a case for why he should be the starting quarterback at Texas. Let's double click on that. Coming out of high school, Arch was known more for his last name than for his play on the field. This type of hype has led to many hating on the New Orleans product, and some suggesting he won't ever live up to the hype. Others believed in Manning, which led him to being placed as the 8th highest high school QB recruit since 2000, just a few spots below his teammate Quinn Ewers. Adding 2 of the top QB recruits ever to one quarterback room adds a level of pressure and intensity that a program like Texas isn't accustomed to. This has led some to think Arch would eventually surpass Quinn and steal the job for the 2024 season, but that eventually got laid aside when Quinn came out and dominated the Wolverines in Week 2. However, the opportunity presented itself when, unfortunately, Ewers was injured, a trend he's had to deal with in his young career. This enabled Sarkisian to unleash Arch in a way that he hadn't before, in a real game-time scenario instead of mop-up duty, and Arch took over college football within minutes. You may be thinking to yourself, why in the world are we talking about Quinn being benched with wins over Michigan and Alabama and taking his team to the playoff with Arch barely playing? Well, let's take a look at the data. For this exercise, we will consider a snap as a play that was directly impacted by the player, such as a pass, run, interception, sack, etc. We won't count if the QB hands off the ball or any other play they aren't directly responsible for. Arch has only snapped the ball 30 times in his career as a Longhorn, so the sample size is extremely small. To compare, we will look at Quinn's first 30 snaps back in 2022 to see how the two highly touted QBs fared in their beginnings of their career. In his first 30 snaps, Arch has accounted for 408 total yards, 7 touchdowns, and a 70% completion rate and no interceptions. 5 of those touchdowns came against the Roadrunners, with 2 against the Rams. For Quinn, his first 30 snaps looked a little different. Ewers accounted for 266 total yards, 2 touchdowns at a 70% completion rate, with 1 interception. The interception came on his second pass as a Longhorn to Louisiana Monroe. It took Manning just 30 snaps to acquire 7 touchdowns, while it took Ewers 81 snaps, or 170% longer. Manning's longest touchdown, 75 yards, was reached in 27 snaps, while Ewers' longest, 44 yards, was reached in 285 snaps. Arch has accounted now for 3 touchdowns longer than 50 yards, while Ewers has not accounted for a touchdown of more than 50 yards in 733 snaps. When looking at the last 5 years of Texas, and plays by predicted points added, Arch now accounts for 3 of the top 10 most explosive plays for Texas football. Quinn doesn't have 1 play in the top 10. No other Texas QB has more than 1 play in the top 10 for PPA in that span. What Arch has done in just 30 snaps is create some of the most explosive plays the Longhorns have seen in the last 5 years. What if, instead of being thrown into the middle of a game, Sark developed a game plan leveraging Manning's strengths? Quinn has been very consistent, but Arch may be way more explosive than what we've seen from Ewers. And although Quinn has brought stability to a very turbulent program, Arch may be the guy to take this offense to another level. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks.